I don't think they're here today. They might not be on TV. I'll check and see if he's there. Technical difficulties. All right, good morning. This is the Site Plan Review Committee meeting for October 1st, 2019. Site Plan Review Committee meeting members present today include Dana Brangiforti, the City Assessor, myself, Frank Stringy, City Planner, Nick Rystrom, City Engineer, Paul Chiva, Deputy Fire Chief, Joe Maglione, Assistant Director of Water and Sewer, DPW, and DPW Superintendent Paul Agenzio, as well as Mark Locke, Plumbing Inspector. The first site plan is for 10 Pearl Ave. I believe we reviewed that site plan last week, and we referred to the ZBA because they needed height relief. So we'll move on to Breedens Lane, proposed 10 lots, 10 single-family homes on Breedens Lane.
Good morning, gentlemen. My name is Robert Mahoney. I'm here representing Breedens Lane LLC regarding 10 lots on Breedens Lane, single-family homes. And looking to come forward to discuss lots, houses, roadway, and discussions that we've had prior to this meeting regarding.
Okay. Why don't you provide us with an overall layout plan of the lots in the roadway?
Yep.
Setting up this quick question. You going to be doing any rock cut over there?
We're not sure yet. We have not done any test pits yet or anything. There's 2 pages showing the lots as they walk Breedens Lane.
Okay, so these lot numbers are all lot 8-3.
I think we have addresses now, I believe.
They have addresses?
I think I did, if I recall, I think I assigned addresses to all of them.
First moment. Guys, I could give you this one. I give that one to Phil, if you don't mind. I'll grab another one.
So you have individual certified plot plans for each lot?
I do. I have them here. They've been presented prior to this through Roseland or Overlook Ridge.
Well, you're not coming in for building permits for all these lots. You're coming in for building permits for one lot at a time.
Yes, well, we're going to be pulling.
Talking about the road right
Yes,
now.
we're going to pull a few at a time.
So today's discussion is basically with the roadway layout and the configuration, sidewalks and what you're doing for sewer and water. So,
Well, if we could discuss the permits is what I'd like to.
you want to discuss the permits?
Yes. As well. If we may.
Well, I guess how are you going to approach this? Are you going to approach this by doing all your site work at once and your roadway layout? And then come in for individual permits?
We're looking
I
to
mean,
do that
that's a preferable
simultaneously.
way than
Yes.
having you come in and cut up. Phil, you can come up and take a look if you want. If you have any specific questions,
I got glasses, still.
whatever you have a question, just, you can relay it
Wanna
from
come
the
up
floor.
there? Come up there. We have another page.
So let's get to your matter first of all. The impact of the roadway layout on your property. And it looks like there's not going to be any change with respect to your property line and the wall in front of your property. You're keeping that line, that sidewalk line, lined up the way it is now.
Yes, there's no plans on touching that retaining wall at all.
Well, this is in city property though, it should be
It's not.
pulled back. Well, this is the property line, the dock line.
Yeah.
The wall's out here.
This wall is in our city layout one.
That'll have to be adjusted. In the middle of the street.
Well, I'm all for, I'm all for building as long as it doesn't impact a lot of people.
This is Paul
Get
Street.
rid of it. I moved out of my house on Columbia Street just to move the quarry forward because I got tired of protesting sludge dumps and everything else. But as everybody knows, that section of Breedens Lane is narrow. Supposedly, from what I hear, it's going to be widened some. Just like the guy did down below on Liberty.
Yes, some areas are going to be widened.
Right. Now, when you widen it, as it is, like when you and I met on that corner yesterday, you know how tight it was, and we were stopped just about going. A lot of people speed through that. I'm afraid, is when they widen that, it's going to give them more impetus, speed. Then you're going to come down and it's going to narrow like that, right at a corner.
Well, I don't think the width change is going to be that drastic. I think we're talking about a minimum roadway width of 20 feet continuous throughout. With maybe some sections 24 feet, correct, up in this area. But, nothing less than 20 feet.
So it's not going to be widened that much, is that what you're telling me?
No, some sections it won't be widened at all, some sections it will be. So that we can have at least a 20-foot wide.
I think this area right here is 20 feet in this area right here.
Well, the way they have it laid out now, it takes in consideration the location of your wall, your driveway. So it doesn't look like the plan includes cutting it in at all and relocating your wall. But keep in mind, you always have a wall approaching on the city right away. I mean, who knows someday in the future if they want to make changes up here, that wall will have to come down. But I don't think it's going to be part of this project. Now, you looked at that, right?
I thought they were-
I think the wall, you're doing a lot of this work out here to the street, I think, now it's time to move it. Instead of leaving it.
You're talking about Liberty or,
No, leave it.
Breeders' Lane, in front of your house.
well, they haven't done anything.
There's a wall right there. See how it's a good 10 feet into the right of way? This is the wall. So really it should be back here.
Yeah, that's the line for the property line, but the wall
Oh,
is
yeah.
into the street. That's all.
That's how they built it. I assumed they would have built it where they were supposed to build it.
Yeah, it's the same engineering company.
It's Hancock.
I don't understand how that happened. But I think our previous conversations, meetings we had no discussion of that at all. That corner there. I thought it was already agreed upon that certain areas were going to get widened and poles would be moved in locations that are required. And that was really it.
Well, what's the width of the roadway in that section there, where the wall is?
I never measured it.
I did,
Not that wide.
I think it's like, 21 feet maybe?
So there has to be a sidewalk going in front of that wall, correct?
Where's the current, road plan? Do we have that?
I was just hoping some Roseland people would be here today. They kind of left me high and dry.
Take a look at that there.
Well, they already had them,
This isn't the current layout, right?
yeah, this is,
This is an older one.
This section.
I don't even know if that was on the drawing.
Yeah, see, there's the wall here.
Yeah, that section of wall.
Should be over there.
There's no wall over here. It's right
That's a
here.
smaller section.
So what's the grade there? That's,
Yeah, I think a lot of that was a retaining wall.
Isn't that a wall in the front too? And another wall there? This is a wall too, right? It's like terraced.
Yes.
that's on his property.
Yeah. Right.
That whole area isn't the best one.
This wall is just for the driveway.
Yeah, that's what the driveway is.
What's the height of that wall down there at the base of the driveway?
I don't know, 4 foot, I never measured, about 4
4 feet?
Yeah, it's a retaining wall.
stone wall.
Yeah.
It was built by Overlook Ridge or
Yep,
Roseland.
yeah, they built it. No one built it.
Well, I'm looking at it, I know, I don't want to speak for city engineer, but I don't see that as a real impediment. Because the roadway comes around anyways, and that holds back this ledge. You'd have to put a wall there, that wall was taken down, replacing right here to hold back that driveway. Driveway is part of the road at this point. So he has a sidewalk coming down to continue. And where do we have it stopping?
We had it stopped off right at the property line.
At their property line?
Right here.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the existing conditions in front of Phil's house will remain the same. It'll just be graded. There's no curbing there, there's no,
Correct, that's
Berm.
how I understood when.
well, we're gonna have curbing coming all the way down the street.
There will be.
Overlook.
We're gonna have to put curbing in and maybe tie it into that wall so that right at the edge of the roadway, there's curbing there, so we don't get any erosion coming down here.
There's a wall at the back of the sidewalk somewhere.
But if you have the sidewalk going down, there, you know, kids are walking on, that's gonna make that one section a little more narrow, isn't it?
No, the roadway is still gonna be 20 feet
Still be 20 feet, then the sidewalk.
on the sidewalk.
It's 24 inches.
And the sidewalk will make it smaller.
No, it's not getting.
No, I think beyond the 24.
Oh, the sidewalk gonna be on the other side?
Correct.
Oh, on your side.
It'll be 24 with the sidewalk.
I thought the sidewalk was gonna be on my side.
Well, it'll be on that side of all the homes on Breeders Lane.
Is he proposing sidewalk on his land?
Yeah, all along these lots, new concrete sidewalk.
Yep.
The roadway, in some instances, is like 18
Yeah, I know,
feet.
yeah.
Maybe we want the roadway at least 20 feet, so this is making it consistent.
Frank, the sidewalk that Bob was gonna dead end his wall.
Well, that's what we're looking at, it's gonna dead end.
At his property
Right
line.
at the property
I don't think his wall goes all the way to the,
No,
to
it
the
doesn't.
property, not the
You
property.
have-
not
If you,
the sidewalk.
if you move the wall, right?
That's another problem I have at that
Sidewalk in
area.
here and then right at the end.
talk about that later.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the wall is behind the,
What's in this area here? That must be ledge.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's ledge.
I mean, this ledge is, this whole thing is ledge.
Steep.
Some of it is, some of it isn't.
I mean, there's really no way we could put a sidewalk in here, then you'd have to put a wall behind it.
Why not?
In other words, if you opened it and made it a little more wider at that corner, or even made the sidewalk go down all the way to be uniform with the other, you're gonna have to take 4 or 5 feet of that wall
Right.
to blend it to my other wall. Then as it goes around, then you're gonna have to put a wall back, a little wall, it doesn't have to be much.
You have the wall right here, run along the property line until it blends in, and the sidewalk comes down in front of it.
I can't see anything to see it.
Well, that does make sense, what you're saying.
Didn't we already discuss this with Roseland, living Overlook Ridge?
I don't know what we discussed. discussed.
I don't think we talked
just
about
talked about-
that.
Roseland, we talked a lot of things, and he
Talk about
even knew
details.
I had a problem here that I wanted to square away before it even got this far. And they didn't want to have anything to do with it. They were the one, not to get off track, I got a lot to do. I've been up there forever, I had to move because of this project, so forth, so on, which is fine. They made a deal, it was acceptable to me, I got out of the way, so Roseland could have everything he wanted. I've been at, 11 years this has been going on, I've been to every meeting, I'm still going to meetings in the quarry. There's one this month. As this all transpired and everything, there was gonna be a barrier or a buffer. At the time, it was gonna be 100 feet, then it was gonna be from the wall to Breeden's Lane. And Roseland said, yeah, that was it, Breeden's Lane. And I reaffirmed that 2 or 3 times, is that true, it's gonna be, yes. I said, all right, then no building, no, they're not gonna build there. Never, well, never's here. So, the problem now is, when they built my house, which I got here, to get me out of the way, they built a nice house, of course, I gave up a nice house. I had it redone, plumbing, electric, second floor, so forth and so on. And I had the land that they were interested in. They wanted me out. So, Mayor Imbasino says, be fair to them, because we're not gonna take them by eminent domain. So, we talked and everything, and I ended up moving. I told them, you own all the land here. Where my house is now, there was a house there when I was young. So I said, so Joe Shea said, yeah, let's go look at it. And we walked over from my other house along the top. Yeah, and that's how it got started. Got built and everything. All of a sudden there's, we'll get a problem. We got a problem. He says, we want to put the utilities. It's too much into the hill. Is it all right if we put it on part of this other lot? I said, well, wait a minute. He says, no, there's never going to be any building there. And it was easier. It's slow, you know where it is. It slopes down, it goes up right to my house, instead of going there where they're going to have to. So I said, well, as long as there's no building, yeah. So we let them do it. Well, I let them do it because now all of a sudden this is happening. So my problem, if I don't want to sidetrack you, you got other things to do. Keep going with what you're doing. Come after.
Well, this isn't the venue to talk about this, but it appears that it is connected because the sidewalk that has to be installed along Breeden's Lane has to be continuous down to the end. And whether it's Mr. Mahoney or Roseland that does that, that has to be worked out. Your wall, according to the city engineer, has to be moved and relocated. Sidewalk.
That's why I was hoping Roseland would be. What I'm afraid of is, I don't have the money to get stuck for all this. They put me there and everything should have been done right.
You own the property now?
Well, yes, it is owned,
Did you
yeah.
do the final passing and everything?
Yes.
Too bad. Well, it's still.
This was never brought up at any of the meetings we had with the Overlook
And we didn't talk
at all, so I don't,
about the wall, we talked about
the roadway, the lots, and that was a
We didn't
never,
think it was going to impact this wall.
I mean, we might have talked about it once or twice, I think, during those
I
conversations.
mean, I wish I was notified. I'm easy to get along with, but they don't want me there half the time anyway. They don't even like it when I go to not that I'm disruptive, but I hear everything that's going on. And that's what the mayor told me years ago. I want you to go to these meetings.
How does this engineer design this that way, and then after that, design these and the roadways further over? When I did my house, the engineering had the roadway further this way, towards my house.
This isn't the current plan, right?
No, it isn't.
So I don't know if maybe they adjusted it in the new one.
Well, I'd watch out for them. I'm not saying they're wrong or anything, but I'd watch out because they knew exactly what my problem was. And I don't think they forgot. They just didn't want to bring it up. And that is my utilities is what bothers me as much as anything else.
I mean, you guys can't give him like a right of way for that wall and run instead of having that taken down? I mean, the wall is pretty far over.
But it's in the middle of
Actually,
the right of way.
Well, you can't
It's
give them,
similar to up on.
You can't give an easement for that?
Franklin Street, where the wall was right in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
You know, it's basically the same situation. But there's not really any reason to have an easement. If you put it back here where it belongs, then there's no.
But we're not widening.
you're gonna have a 10-foot wall over there at that point.
The point is, Nick, we're not widening the roadway in that section, so I'm thinking, why is there a reason to even relocate the wall? The wall is necessary to hold this land back, it's within our right of way, it's now becomes a city wall, apparently.
When the wall starts to fall down, so you're gonna go fix it.
That wall ain't ever coming down. That's well built.
Don't ever say never.
Well built.
And that'll be back here, that's where, I don't know how about they begin with, to be honest with you. You know, whenever they built it, 11 years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know how that was.
Do you have a plot plan for that?
Shouldn't
I'm sure we have something on file. I don't-
Yeah, I'm sure they have, I have plans, I'm
My
sure
guess,
they have.
it didn't reflect the.
Right, they came in after
We
the
would
fact.
never allow.
After they graded
Yeah.
everything, they realized
They probably did it
the wall
after
was
that. They saw the contours of the other sidewalk.
Next year, 10 years from now.
What was existing?
Yeah,
That makes sense, yeah.
Because if they follow my state
Fix it down.
on that side that joins y'all in, if you, by eye, follow that straight to where my other stake is on the other side, that wall that curves isn't off, it could be off a foot or so, but it's not off a lot.
Well, there's a lot of things that are off up in that north
Well,
area.
true, I mean, nobody
Everywhere.
knows where the wall is.
And you'll get two different engineers to say two different things, or maybe three.
Actually, didn't you show it? Didn't you show this wall?
I have my own plan, yes.
But this is an old plan anyway.
Absolutely.
So this here says stone and masonry retaining wall. So it does show the wall there. Yeah.
Well, what are you here for today?
Well, I'm here to discuss the permits and the building of the homes. There's two lots that we're looking to clear, and up further up, at lot 12-4 and lot 12-3, which is up,
So you're gonna start up at this end,
just up at the other end, yeah.
which is 12-4, 12-3.
12-4, 12-3,
You're gonna be
yes.
doing the waterway first, right?
No, is that right here? What is, these are other lots?
Yeah, those are northern end, and this is the.
This Morris Street's right here, if you know where Morris Street is.
Highwood is the match line here. So north of Highwood is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lots.
And there's a hill that goes down to the liquor store.
Yeah.
Is there a water leak near there? I see water there all the time.
That
Even when
looks like it's
dry.
either coming out of the sewer hole or storm drain. To me,
I didn't get out and look, but
sewage there.
it looks like right opposite Morris. Right opposite there, just before you go down, it's always wet. It borders that lot that Joe on.
Yeah, but it's not all the time.
It's been wet for the last 2 months.
It hasn't been wet the last 4 or 5 days. But it has been wet, I've seen that.
It was wet last weekend, I know that, without rain.
I agree.
So there's water coming from some, hey, I don't care, it's not near me, I'm just making a point.
Right there,
Is there a water leak?
Over the hill?
right at the crown of the hill, just about.
We're on the leak back to talk about, Mars Street now, already.
No, Morris Street, yeah, and Breedens.
Yeah, already tested water, no chlorine, nothing. Scrub off the hill. Every time they dig
mean spring?
Every time
Is
they
it
dig
spring?
rock.
I don't think so. So much ledge.
We had springs,
they're banging it.
there's always been springs there, but it never had water there before. If there was springs, there'd be water there continually, which there hasn't been. I mean, believe me, I'm not making a big deal, I just asked a question, you know there's water there. Take it for what you want.
Where's the roadway plan, that you're getting the layout roadway plan that you have to adhere to? 'Cause that has to be part and parcel to any permits. And then there's the water line work. That has to be put in prior to occupancy permits for any one of these lots.
Correct, yeah, that's correct.
The utility poles have to, some of those gotta get relocated too.
25,
Almost all of them along that side are gonna have to be relocated.
It's 20-foot layout here.
This shows utility pole relocations. So there's a utility pole in front of 12th floor that has to be relocated.
That's correct. The markings are on this, right? Where it says,
I know, I'm trying to read it, I don't know, it's too small for me.
some are a couple of feet, some are 3 feet. I don't believe it's all of them either, Frank.
Well, that process has to be started.
Yes, it's in the works right now.
Application's already been put in for relocation poles.
No. Is that something city was doing, or?
I don't know.
I think that's what the letter says,
The
right?
city was gonna be
Yeah,
involved with.
right.
No, that hasn't been an application put in yet.
So we
This
can-
red line is the sidewalk. Crossfield's property ends right at the wall.
So that is that one? At the top. I think I have it.
The sidewalk, that red line shows it. It's not shown on this plan.
This is an older plan. No good.
So, yeah,
This is
we
new.
need all
This is new.
updated plans.
Yeah, this is new, this one, yeah.
So we need a larger plan that
Yep.
reflects that.
Yep.
What's the scope of the water work that has to be done?
There's 894 linear feet of water from the corner of Paul and Liberty to the intersection of Breedens and I would get, I think so.
Well, once you get into, near the park over there, the 12-inch line comes into play there.
Right at the park.
That's highway.
Yeah, that's Highwood.
12-inch
Yeah.
line.
All the
comes up
highway.
there.
That's Highwood, yeah.
What's he upgrading it to?
Well, it says 10 inch, but I mean, is it required to be a 10 inch?
And it's coming down here.
Well, it has to be consistent with whatever is up there.
I'm saying going from here. There's one there, and there's another one that's around the corner.
So, Joe, what's on Breedens Lane now in that stretch? What's the size of the line?
I believe when we turned.
Is it 6 inch?
It was 6.
I think it's 6-inch when they tie it in.
And when it's up, we're going towards the back end, there's a 10 coming down along with the back, there's, I believe, going the other direction from there, it's going to be a 10.
I'm sure there's a 6.
Yeah, it's a 6 now.
6 going by the property.
It's a 6 from Highwood to, I show 10.
Over here, Frank.
I show 10 on the north side.
We're gonna tie in there.
Correct.
So you're taking, the 10's gonna come in from.
This is a 10, this is a 10 right
You're
here.
taking that, you're tying in there with a new 10 coming all the way around up to Highwood.
Oh, I always thought that was 12, before they put that hotel up.
No, they always had 10 inch.
This is all 10.
It's all 10.
So I get a 10 on Liberty. It's a 6 from Paul and Liberty all the way to Highwood.
So he's taking it from Paul and Liberty all the way up to Highwood and Breedens.
Highwood, yeah.
Correct.
Up here. No, it's been right here.
So you made 894 feet includes this section.
900 and something.
I just want to make sure we're on the same wavelength here.
Say again?
You said 894 feet. I
Yeah.
want to make sure it includes it from Liberty.
Well, we just write it as intersection of Liberty to
You
intersection of,
included that section in that.
yeah, there's 134 feet here, I think, on this street, and I think it could be closer to 1,000, yeah.
Whatever it is, it just has to be detailed in the site plan review letter, what
See this plan, Paul?
your responsibility is going to be.
No, that one right there, good. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Yeah, 134 down Paul Street.
Sorry,
Yes.
we're filling out now road, all these additional homes, there's potential for on-street parking, are we addressing that in some way or another?
There's really not enough room on street.
I think there's signs there now that say
No
no
on-street
parking.
parking.
Okay, so we're gonna maintain
Yeah.
no parking on.
Right. Right. And I don't know if this plan, you're going to have to get together as far as new hydrant locations along.
Well, I think there's one located for in the center of the roadway. Just number 3.
Well, the fire department's going to have to identify.
Yeah, there's one right here. Corner between these two, like in the middle. This is 3, right? Yeah, 3.
The only new hydrant up there is at the park.
Yeah, there's one.
There's one right in the park, there's one right near the connection.
I think it shows 2, Nick. I think it shows 2. One here.
Liberty in,
And-
Liberty in Paul Street.
One right here.
That's an old one, that's an old one. All old up there.
So that's one, the other one. The other one is in the park. Here's the about 900 feet. So if you say 800 feet, that's two. Oh, so that's
Now, when you put this water line in, you're going to have to stop into each one of these lots.
That is correct.
no, there's one here. Looks like.
Say again, Paul?
Might be some street hydrants.
3 hydrants, yeah.
I'll get it back.
In the middle.
So the two lots we're looking at going at first, we're talking behind
Oh, really?
based on distances. And then two on the other one.
I think there's one right over here.
Doesn't meet,
Paul.
doesn't meet that.
I think it's Really? What's required for distance?
Yeah. So
100 feet?
Stick them around the lot, stick one around the lot line between the two.
Between 12.4 and 12.3?
Yeah, or you can just do it on the far side, whichever works. So,
Yeah, whichever works better for you.
let's look at that. Right, I prefer that if you put it far side.
Over here? Okay.
On the same track with a lot of them, on there, hop around to the ball street, and after that, the water, we do the same trench.
I would say in the same trench, yes. We're gonna reconnect.
Yep.
I think the same trenches, try to lift where you go.
Remove and install.
Otherwise, you come back and move the old one in. That's what we're doing. So about that.
Yeah, I agree.
That probably has a hole of 4 inches, 3.5 to 4 inches. I'm sure it was a cement line years ago. We know that, huh?
So,
Gas doesn't go up that far, it stops at the top of the hill.
stops at 3/4 of the way of Liberty. Gas?
Yeah?
Yeah, it's not on this road.
No, I said cast iron.
Cast iron is what's, yeah, it's what's in there now,
A
yes.
lot of percolation.
Yeah, no,
So get us a new plan. This plan is all updated. It shows that reflects what we have there in terms of the roadway width and the extent of the sidewalk work. 'Cause that plan, I think, shows the sidewalk coming all the way down, right before the wall.
What I just gave you.
And you're gonna have to get out there with the city engineer and work out how that transition is gonna take place here with that wall.
Can I be there too?
Absolutely.
Well, I mean,
on
if
your
you're
property.
there on Thursday and I don't
You'll
know,
be there.
I won't be there. In other words, that's what, instead of looking, well, yeah, I know you. No. Hey, as long as I'm still going, you know, I have no intentions of. But I like my job.
I would think we would just tie that right into the end of the wall, but
That's what the plan shows. I'm
You're
looking
gonna have
at
to
it
do
right.
something here anyway, because this is a slope. To put your sidewalk that's gonna be at the minimum slope back to front, you're gonna
well,
have to do something.
my question is we're not required to put concrete and granite curbs in front of any other open lots down there, other houses. Just wondering why we're required to do it there. You know, as we go up the road, there's concrete sidewalks here, there's none there, there's none there. There's none on Rose contracting lot, there's, stops right at the property line.
Well, there's no high ground there either that would
You know?
necessitate that.
So I
This is
think
a
that's,
different Configuration, we have hills here and stuff.
it stops at Rose, is right there. None
In
there.
this case, it's just really the logical thing to do, right? Because when you still, the city property is here, like these other ones, if you were gonna put sidewalks, they have to be in their properties, right, over here? Because these are all within the property line. So these ones that don't have it, the existing houses, it would all have to be within the property line. Whereas the ones this way are all within the right of way, and that's what this is. It's within the right of way. It's just basically a finishing of the end.
Okay.
You get that? This is like a new right-of-way layout we're talking here, not just, you know, sidewalk in front of houses, so you.
No, I know, but we discussed
So
this
to make
right
it
away with the lawyers and everyone else, and this discussion never came up.
Yeah, you didn't
I mean, I sat in on all the meetings, and what was agreed upon was to stop it right there.
What are the plans that were submitted, Shell? What are those ones that they submitted in the last meeting? What was that?
It stops right there.
Do you have a review of
I
that?
do not. I thought I did, I do not.
No, I thought I saw a plan that showed it coming to the wall. I don't know.
They would,
These were just different widths and stuff for discussion.
And that one of them does show it coming all the way along. I don't know which one, but I have to look at what was submitted. I don't know how to put it in.
I mean, I'm open for discussion about it, but I mean, it's something that I was not expecting to do.
without getting too involved, me, is there any chance of, once you guys do what you're doing, look at the new maps and so forth, let's, whoever has to go up there, 3 or 4 people, see how this is gonna look, how it's gonna affect that. I'm concerned about that corner. I shouldn't be, because if anything, I'm gonna lose some, and it might affect my driveway, but anyway, let's not, I don't want anybody getting killed in that corner either.
Well, we put signs on the poles,
Well,
a couple of signs and children
they don't-
playing.
They say no speed, they say no parking, they park anyway. Come on, you know that. But, I'd like a group up there to look, when you, maps one thing, to look at the land, the slope of the land. Is there anything If you do that, you're coming down, you got an opening here, you get around that corner, it's gonna be narrow. If you have that sidewalk or whatever is going up to that property line, it's gonna be, you gotta see how that's gonna affect, because that's up high as it is. You're gonna come and it's gonna go right to a wall, to my higher ground, unless you go a little farther.
Yeah, we already agreed there has to be a site meeting down there to discuss
Yes.
how that
As long as,
transition takes place. So that's-
because, you know, we want it done
When
right the
that
first time.
happens, you'll be invited. I don't, you just
Right.
leave your contact information with
With who?
Bobby or Nick. So let's take a look at the plans that you're talking about now for the two houses.
Which two are you first, the ones that are by themselves?
These up here.
Yes.
Which require widening a little bit of the roadway, some alteration of the roadway. You
That's
located a
correct.
telephone pole.
Moving the pole.
Yeah. So Hancock already had these plans.
Yeah, so these were already presented before.
It's gonna be done. Might be a little bit different now.
They could be different. Based on the new
What's the date on
roadway.
that? 17?
Stamp was 2017.
Yeah. So probably doesn't reflect anything that we talked about recently, the changing of the road.
Hancock was up my way about 3
Yeah,
or 4
those would
months
be-
ago. Asked to go through my yard, they looked, and they looked further on down, they did some surveying and so forth. What they were looking for, I don't know.
So you'll need new roadway widths reflected in, the location of the new sidewalks. Yeah, so in front of each property,
Correct.
that has to be reflected.
Yep.
So we're not looking at a low plan that says the roadway. What you build out there has to be obviously correlation with the new plan. And these
That's
are lined up with the old plan.
Some of the utilities have to be
For your own.
adjusted as well, because we rehab the sewer out there, so they're gonna be doing inserted TV connections.
So these foundation layouts, you're assuming these are the foundation layouts. You're not gonna alter them at all. You're just gonna construct your own style home on these.
At the moment, that's correct.
Are they gonna be as big as the one next to you?
Next to, yeah.
The new one next to you, where you live now? They're gonna be that big anyway? They're not gonna be small ones like down below, are they?
No, along,
Along Liberty, those small ones along Liberty, they're gonna be bigger than those?
they will be, yes,
And these all have garages?
yes.
No, it looks like is it attached garage or the garage?
That's
underneath?
attached, yeah.
Yeah, it's attached. With a family room above it, or it's just?
So that's one of the spots, and then one spot outside.
That's correct. What's an unusual shaped lot?
Do you have house plans already for these?
I do.
You do?
These all from the single family.
Same thing.
RA1,
Everyone, yeah?
So this is for lot 12-4, this 12-3, this one?
Yeah, they're mirror image, too.
The exact same.
Yeah.
The foundations are all the same size?
Correct.
All right, if I'm gonna start a site plan review file, I'm gonna need copies of those. I don't know if you have extra copies or not.
I'll drop some off.
Do you have extras of these?
I can forward everything right through the
I need
email.
to take these.
Yeah.
These have to be revised
Yeah.
to reflect the roadway. So why don't you come back with those changes? In the meantime, I would schedule a meeting up there with
Let's look at
With Nick, yeah.
the new plan,
Yeah,
see what it looks like.
yeah. So get a larger copy of the Boone Pier plan, too, when you come back for the.
Yep.
Okay?
Okay.
We'll have that on hold. Did you upload anything to your permitting?
I have not.
Okay. Hold that off until you're ready to come in with.
Yes.
Get you started, 12/4, 12.
Yeah, I just wanted to get dialogue going and underway.
I understand.
Yeah.
But there's some loose ends we want to tie up first before you get started. Of
course.
I want those coming up later on.
I agree.
Not resolved. Okay? All right. Well, that concludes the site plan review committee meeting for the 1st of October, 2019.